gotta make it out to Vegas, where the lights shine bright. Vegas, in the clear desert night. Vegas, where they can make you a star. Vegas, at the NFR.
NFR Extra is a podcast dedicated to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo and features icons and personalities that embody the Western lifestyle.
The top three that you go, man, they've set the bar for our industry.
I think the greatest jockey ever is Troy Crumrine. Got to watch and learn from these guys that were so incredible. His timing is impeccable.
Bronc riding, it would be my dad for sure. I love the way he rode. That's who I try to mimic my riding style off of.
Obviously, do you feel like you can compete?
Yes, sir. I think at that point, if everybody's in their prime at the same setup, I think it just depends on run order.
This is Pro Rodeo announcer Andy Seiler, and you are listening to NFR Extra.
We have got a roundtable discussion with repeat champions today. We have Stetson Wright, Riley Webb, and Kassie Mowry. Thank you guys for joining us here on NFR Extra.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So we're inside the Rio, and being high up here, we get a really good perspective of the place that has crowned so many world champs. But Kassie, I want to start with you because when you go back to the first days of the NFR coming here, it reminds me of Charmaine James and so many repeat champions. But it also gets me thinking, was there anyone that kind of inspired you that you looked at growing up and kind of set the bar in your eyes for barrel racing?
Well, I grew up doing a different discipline, so I didn't have like any early really mentors with barrel racing, but I did 3-day eventing and jumping, and so I had a lot of coaching growing up with doing all of that scene and learning how to ride properly. But when I switched to barrel racing, I was in high school, and I lived really close to Danielle Campbell, and just kind of she took me under her wing, and I'm forever grateful. Learned so much from her, and continue to.
That's awesome. I mean, starting in a totally different discipline, I think it kind of gives you a leg up on your horsemanship and how you're able to move an animal around. Does that track? For
sure. I mean, when you learn like the basic mechanics of how a horse moves, I feel like, you can specialize them in different disciplines, but I mean, they can do what they can do. Growing up riding jumping horses, I mean, there was a lot more chance of failure. I mean, if you didn't rate a fence properly, you crashed or came off, versus rating a barrel. It's a lot different, but basically the same. The horse needs to be athletic and be balanced.
So, in a way, you're a totally different type of all-around cowgirl then.
I guess I'd say that.
I firmly believe I would fall off a flat saddle. Have you guys ever ridden a flat saddle? Never. Nothing without a saddle horn.
Nope, I've never done it.
It's
well, I guess a Bronc saddle.
Well, yeah, that's true. It does not have a saddle horn. Yeah, I don't think you'd want a saddle horn on a Bronc saddle, but it's a totally different core workout too. I mean, because you don't have anything to kind of keep you in the seat, if that makes sense. And they do come in different fashions, but
there's no swells.
No, none whatsoever. So everything moving forward, like you have to be balanced.
Learning to ride with my hands where they needed to be doing English, the horn is right in the way. And so I do like bust my knuckles quite a bit, even still, because that's where it was just beat into me to have my hands.
Yeah, but I think we've all jumped over a log though, right? I mean, that's, when you're working cows or you're out in the brush, you jump over a log, but still that saddle horn can get in the way. But speaking of all around, Stetson, what do you feel like inspired you to do multiple events coming up?
I everything leads back to my dad. I know he's known to be a saddle bronc rider, but he rode bulls, team roped, calf roped. He did all the events, and I don't know. I was always drawn to the bull riding. I felt like when you showed up to a rodeo as a kid, everybody thought the bull riders were cool. So that was kind of probably what initially sparked it for me. But I always enjoyed it, and I was better at it than I was at bronc riding. I always thought I would just be a bull rider, and so my dad sparked it, but there was a lot of guys like Steve Woolsey, Wesley Silcox, Jerry Shepard, BJ Schumacher. There were so many that I looked up to going to rodeos with my dad, and I mean, there's still a bunch, but them were the ones that probably sparked it for me.
What would be your third event?
They're all pretty tough. I like to think that I can team rope sometimes, but I obviously know that them guys are way faster and don't get the recognition of how good they really are, because it's kind of like I've explained to people, if you can ride a horse, it's like golf. Like everybody can do it. It's just whether or not you're the Tiger Woods, and team roping is dang for sure not as easy as people as the pros make it look.
Would you head or heel?
I got a heel horse, but I do like to head.
Okay. So who would be your dream partner then?
In a perfect world?
In a perfect world,
It'd probably be Ryder. Me and him rope together all the time, and that would be a cool story if we could make that happen.
Okay. It's round 10, and you have to win the round against all, like, the top 15 team ropers. Are you still picking Ryder?
Give us a couple years of practice.
All right, Riley, so if you were going to do a different event, what would you do?
Oh, probably team rope.
You would?
Yes, sir.
Who would you rope with?
Pick like
Anybody, yeah. There's no limit. You're not going to – I know there's a lot of divorces in team roping as far as partnerships goes, but you could pick anyone.
I don't know, Junior.
Okay.
I'd head for Junior.
Okay.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be really cool. Yeah, and I don't know. I think he's just a consummate competitor too. So, is there any world title that you think you would try to go after in the future? Like, is that something you have on your bucket list to maybe be an all-around world champion one day?
Maybe if Stetson ever retires. I mean, that's not necessarily a goal, but that'd be cool. Probably somewhere down the road, maybe team rope a little bit. We team roped off and on the last couple, not last year, but 2 years prior, just messing around a little bit at some of the circuit rodeos. But maybe one day get older, maybe team rope a little bit.
So obviously, you guys have 3 different ways of traveling and travel schedules, but for those that may not have competed at your level, who are you traveling with and how do you travel? So, Stetson, let's start with you.
I'd travel with my brother Ryder, occasionally jump in with my other brothers in Spencer, but I guess it's a little chaotic. I don't have to pull around horses and stuff though, but whether doing 2 events, they're always splitting me up, so it's always hectic and I never get my preference. So whoever rodeos with me probably has the lowest amount of rodeos they'll go to in a year because we get jacked around pretty bad.
Right. Riley?
Usually my rookie year and my first 2 years I went with Dylan Hancock and Cole Clemens, and then the last 2 years, or last year I went with Shane Hinch. He went with me over the 4th of July and stuff, but most of the kind of half the year's been by myself, and then this year I plan on going by myself, have a driver go with me and try to get to as many as we can.
For me, yeah, by myself, solo. I don't get to as many as these guys do, especially just being the driver, the horse handler, the mechanic, everything. You got to be on the road, but just me.
And Kassie, you've handpicked some places that you like to go. Is that because your horse fits in certain places, or that's just how you want your schedule to go?
Kind of both. There's definitely some rodeos that I feel like certain horses that I have excel at, so I try to keep them at those same setups. I really struggle over the 4th of July. I don't know why. It's always really discouraging going to Calgary coming off of a 4th of July week that I normally have. I don't know if I don't have my horses quite prepared good enough going into that because they've had a couple months off, or the ground's different at those rodeos. I'm not really sure what it is, but that's just getting to as many as I can and getting my horses aired out for the other ones after that.
Now, do you just have, speaking of the 4th of July, do you just have one rig?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you're not like flying 2 places with people hauling horses. Okay. you want your finger on the pulse at all times.
Yeah, I'm there with my horses. I keep them together, and the way I enter, I try to go to where it's not about 5-6 hours each day. So it's like you're going all the way to Oregon or St. Paul or Canada, but you're kind of hitting them on the way. I try to do that to make it easier on myself and my horses.
Now, Riley, are there times where you have multiple rigs?
Sometimes, like Josie will go and they'll have their rig, and sometimes we'll put a horse. We'll swap and, put a horse in each rig, and then we can fly back from both of our rigs if we have to. But try to do it as much as like Kassie. Keep entering as we go and try to get up and start somewhere and ease across there and try to have somewhere you end up.
Is there a certain time of the year where you feel like you've done the best in the past?
The Northwest has been good for me. It's hard. I know before this last year, the July's been slow for me for some reason, but last year was great. I think won the most over the 4th, and that's never happened. That's kind of like Kassie. I've struggled over the 4th, and last year finally got hit big, and then the Northwest was great. I felt like every time I ran one, I was winning good.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
He does good everywhere.
No, I'm with him on the Northwest.
When I look at you, go.
Okay. Yeah, the Northwest has always been good to me, minus last year. I did break my ribs, collapse my lungs, but every year before that, like 2023, I think in the last 3 weeks of the season, I won over 150,000, and the Northwest always seems to be the best for me. All the guys are getting tired, want to go home, and I always seem to want to stay out there, and it shows.
So when you get hurt in a certain place, these guys are not only doing maintenance on themselves, but their horses as well. What do you have something that you take with you? I mean, as far as like laser therapy or anything like that?
I'm big on the Beamer.
Okay.
I used to get knocked out pretty bad and often, and the Beamer seemed to, well, for me, I stopped getting knocked out. I stopped having like a foggy, everything used to be so foggy, and the Beamer seemed to help me. I'm not saying everybody believes in it,
Sure.
and I'm not trying to sell it, but that's something that I always take with me. You lay on it for 8 minutes. It's super simple, but yeah, I like to take care of myself.
Well, I think you have to. I mean, it's not to compare humans to vehicles, but if you don't change the oil in your truck, it's eventually going to break down. Like you have to take care of those things as you go along. All right, so I've got a fun random question here. So if you guys are on a road trip for 12 hours, and you have somebody going with you, do you give up control of the music?
I never listen to music.
You never? What?
I feel like that is like the only time that I can sit in silence, because you get to the rodeo, there's people knocking on your door wanting to take picture. Same thing behind the buck and shoots. When I get in a vehicle, I'm like, finally, peace and quiet. Like,
Do you turn your phone off?
I won't turn my phone off, but I'll just sit there in silence. And riders about the same way. Like we don't rock out to music. It's a pretty dead truck. People would not like to go with us.
What about you, Kassie?
I'm always the DJ.
Okay.
And it varies. My
So
playlist
just,
is bipolar.
just give us 3 or 4 that just come to mind right off the bat. That if this song comes on, there's a good chance the windows are going to be down and you're screaming this song. Nobody knows who Kassie is. You're just driving down the highway, but
Well, I don't just turn on mine's on Pandora, so it's like it's a mood. It's not just a song.
Okay.
But yeah, anything that's like upbeat.
Okay. But you don't have some, like, I guess bangers is what they're called?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. What about you, Riley?
Yeah, if I'm not driving, I'm probably sleeping, trying to get rested up, honestly. We like listening to music, go down the road.
Is there a certain playlist you like, though? I mean, because for me, if I'm on the boat, I'm listening to yacht rock, right? I mean, just something that's kind of easy. And if I'm trying to get ready for something, it might be like, 90s, 2000 rap, something like that.
Big X the Plug.
Okay. Oh, God.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Big X. Ella Langley.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
Then like when they do it together, their songs together, that's
a collaboration.
yeah.
You and Ryder, that would be interesting. I'm just watching, in my mind, the two Wright brothers driving down the highway in silence, just like two old farmers waiting on it to rain.
They both go 90 and they get in the truck and they're like just looking down. Nobody talks.
That was fun. Wasn't that cool? Yes. Yes, it was. All right, I'm gonna nap now. Okay.
Well, and another reason why I think music has not been a thing, I feel like Ryder's FaceTiming his family, or I'm FaceTiming my daughter. So I do feel like music just never happens because, like, we call at different times, so we just never turn anything on. And then Ryder's an old man. Ryder is an old man. He's back. If the rodeo was an afternoon perf, Ryder's going to be in bed by 8 o'clock, 9. Like, the only reason he stays up past that is because there's a perf going.
That's funny. I never would have guessed that. I mean, the quiet thing, I've interviewed him a couple times, so I understand that. But the being in bed early, I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, 5:30 every morning, 5:30 to 6. He's up, driving. Same thing at home, riding horses. And then when it's 8:30, 9, he's winding down.
So I know all three of you still have lots of asphalt in front of you, but being multiple-time world champions, does the word legacy really mean anything to you, or is that just something that people talk about?
Not for me. I just do this. I try to do the best I can with a little bit time that I can put in it, and hope for the best. And I've been really surprised, honestly, every time it worked out.
Who would be your top 3 barrel racers of all time? Like who would you put on that list?
Barrel racers of all time,
Mm-hmm.
in rodeo or just?
I think just in general, because it is a debate, and I know you know this better than I do, but there are people that, do very, very well in the futurity world that people in the rodeo world don't even know about, and vice versa, and I've heard rodeo announcers have the same argument. Well, I don't even know who that is. Well, that's because you're not in the futurity world. So, I mean, the top 3 that you go, man, these 3, 4, 5 people, whatever it is, they've set the bar for our industry.
I think the greatest jockey ever is Troy Crumrine. I grew up doing the futurities, or started my career during the futurities, and got to watch and learn from these guys that were so incredible. His timing is impeccable. So I always looked up to him, always watched him. Couldn't always articulate what he can do, but as far as the rodeo, Lisa Lockhart, she gets there every year, different horses. You send something to her, she makes them better. She just is incredible with getting the most out of each horse that she gets and getting them to that level. And then, of course, coming into this sport, Charmaine James. I watch all the videos, watch everything that she did. She's a huge impact in the industry.
Let's take a quick pause, and we'll be right back. Do you need a dose of social? A dash of insider info? Then the National Finals Rodeo social network is set up just for you. Get updates, insights, unique content, and much more on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find us at /Las Vegas NFR. And be sure to use hashtag Wrangler NFR on your posts and tweets. There's something for all rodeo fans. The NFR and Las Vegas, where every moment is legendary. Riley?
Top 3.
Yeah, top, and it doesn't have to be 3 specifically, but I mean, people that you look at and go, yeah, if I can get to or match that level, then I've really done something.
I don't know, Roy Cooper. I looked up to him. Didn't get to watch a lot of videos because just the time, timing of it, but was always kind of around him. And got to learn from him, and Trevor Brazil, and I watched those guys a lot. Tough growing up. I mean, I studied everybody and tried to learn from everybody growing up, and watching. But Roy and Clint Cooper, they helped me a lot get going and practicing and stuff. But Trevor, watched him and how he acted in and out of the arena, and tried to do everything he did. Try to be professional.
Could you beat him?
Trevor, I better start picking up some events and get to practice.
No, but I mean, it's impossible to do. But if you were to bring, Roy in his prime, Joe in his prime, Fred in his prime, Trevor, 5 or 6 goats, you get, 3 calves, whatever it is. I mean, obviously, do you feel like you can compete?
Yes, sir. I think at that point, if everybody's in their prime at the same setup, I think it just depends on the run order. Who's gonna outdo the guy before him. I think that's what kind of like the buck order,
Sure.
type of deal.
Stetson, what about you?
Bronc riding, it would be my dad for sure. I love the way he rode, and that's who I try to mimic my riding style off of. Billy Etbauer, obviously. I liked how exciting he was to watch, and then as far as like the new group of guys, it would have to be Ryder, because he rides similar to my dad, real calm riding style, and I'm probably closer to Billy in the riding style. Like, it's more of a wild rider. My dad are more similar, but yeah, I'd say I'm with Billy. But then as far as the bull riding goes, you'd probably always, in my opinion, you'd have to rank Sage Kimsey right up there at the top. I know he didn't beat Donnie Gay's record, but he, as far as fundamentally correct went, Sage was amazing, or is. He's still riding.
Yeah.
But Sage rides good. I was a big fan of Wesley Silcox. He rode really correct, but it was really flashy. J.W. Harris, I remember 2008 or 10, he rode Smokescreen here for 94.5 points. One of the best bull rides I'd ever seen. And then I'd say Donnie Gay. Obviously, he's got 8 world titles. And, yeah, those guys are pretty awesome.
Well, I'm glad you were talking about Sage, because it got me thinking about, John Crimber just winning that world title. Who is somebody that's coming up in each of your disciplines that people may not know about, but they need to pay attention to?
Well, we've got little Descalin Hall. She comes in here and takes our money. And so you don't have to watch out for her. You'll see her coming. But yeah, great little rider.
And she has been for a while.
Yes. Very good competitor.
Yeah. Riley?
I'd say, Brody Clemens, Cole Clemens' younger brother, and Kyan Wilhite's a rookie this year. I think he's in the top 15 right now. Couple young guys. I mean, calf roping's getting younger, and not even rookies. We got a lot of young talent. It's gonna be good for our sport for several years, and hopefully they keep coming.
Yeah, there's so many in the bronc riding. I was trying to think the whole time they were talking, but there's a bunch in the bronc riding. I can't really name one specifically, but bull riding wise, you got John Crimber. He's rodeoing on the PRCA. Caden Loud, Noah Lee. There's quite a few guys, and then like Hudson. I know he made the NFR last year, but he just won the average at the PBR World Finals. I'm sure he's going to be riding high the rest of the year. But on the rough stock end, bareback, saddle bronc end bulls, I feel like it's looking pretty good. But it seems that way every year. Someone pops in and makes it harder to win.
Well, you're talking about Noah. I watched him ride for the first time at Corpus Christi, and I thought it was his dad. I mean, it literally looked like Mike riding, And so at this time, when you've got John and Noah, second generation, now John would be a second generation world champion. It's almost like taking us back. So it's awesome to see this generational switch because you're a second-generation world champion, and now John being in that same fold, it's just really it's a great time to be a fan of this sport.
I think everything's better. That all the horses, the bulls, the contestants, and I'd say even these guys' horses. I love watching every bit of rodeo, and right now it seems to be better than ever.
I would say Sam Lewis too. From Brent,
Yes.
Boy, that's like your second generation. He's a rookie this year, so that's cool to watch. And Brent's been here for years.
Well, and two, I think there's so much more information that can be shared and gained from this next generation. And Kassie was talking a little bit about her breeding program and the genetics, not just on the rough stock side, but obviously on the performance horse side. It's so dialed in that people know what they want and they can get it, through ICSI and all these different breeding technologies. You can change a pattern of your breeding program so much quicker than it used to be, where it was, hey, we're going to put these things together and 6-7 years from now figure out if it's going to work or not. So it's an awesome and exciting time to be part of the sport. But speaking of those breeding programs, when you're picking out a horse, Kassie, is that obviously matters to you in the next horse, the next prospect that you're going to bring up through your string, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you were talking about that. We used to pull horses off the racetrack and hope they were sound enough and had the brains. And now we've specialized these genetics where, one of my horses, my big gray horse, Will, both his mom and dad are champion barrel horses. So it just makes the training process a whole lot easier when, both parents were sound-minded enough to go through the process and everything. Jarvis, on the other hand, race both sides, and he's as tourney as they get. But, yeah, now we definitely can take those genetics there's certain ones I seek out for sure that I know fit me and my program and how I like to train. And so it's made it a lot easier to get the right kind of prospects into my program.
How many horses do you feel comfortable having, at home and on the road?
When I'm on the road, you have to have a buddy horse for the buddy horse. So 3. I try to take 2 horses out there and split the load between them, and then I have that one that's just there. At home, I have about 10 that I try to keep going. Like I'll have my 3-year-olds that I'm training, or if I've got a group of futurity colts, I'll have more than that. But I'll have anywhere from like 10 to 15 that I'm kind of rotating around. I don't ride them all every day. Some can get on the walker and some are easier, like my older boys. But that's about how many I try to keep going.
Is there any rodeo on y'all's bucket list that you haven't won yet that you're like, I got to get this one? You haven't won Calgary?
No. I wanted the steer riding.
What?
Yep. But I've only been there one time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's Stetson. Like you're acting like it's, oh my gosh, Calgary just keeps. You've been there once.
Well, I didn't win.
Okay. All right. Riley?
I'd say Calgary too.
Okay.
I'd love to win Reno.
Okay.
I love Reno.
You guys got that one already.
I haven't won it in the bronc ride. I've won it in the bulls and the all-around. Statler beat me twice.
You guys just keep getting in your own way.
It was my first big win in my rookie year. First time I was in the top 15 ever in 2022. Won Reno, and that's the first time I ever crocked the top 15. So that was really cool.
And then the rest was history.
Yeah. Oh. What about on the road hobbies? When you're not, are you just always
Sleeping.
okay?
I'm the one driving. I'm doing all the driving
Touché.
and the riding and
Touché.
setting up camp and or watching movies. Yeah.
Stetson?
I don't have.
No hobbies at all?
No. Whatever. If we have.
You don't even listen to music.
Yeah, I mean,
a day,
Stetson, your dating profile is no hobbies, very quiet. No, I'm kidding.
if we get a half a day break, even if we have to drive 12 hours out of the way, Ryder's like, we're going home. We'll be there for 30 minutes and then leave. I'm like, dude. he's a pain.
So you're not you can't golf, no bowling.
No, if we have enough time to golf, Ryder's like, we have enough time to go home. So no.
I golf a little bit while we, downtime, try to kill some time, but
Are you any good?
I'm getting better. I'm not good.
Could you beat Josie?
I bought her a set of clubs a couple years ago, and they're still wrapped up. So yes, maybe not, but she has to go to beat me.
Oh, I can't wait to hear the answer to this question. So, if there was a horse that you or Josie could ride, who gets to ride the horse?
Both. It depends. Just depends. We both, Dutch, the horse that she's rode, won the horse of the year for her twice. I've rode it in 23 a little bit, and then she's rode it. So we kind of share. Like, it's hard though. You gotta get on one and kind of get the tie down timing and the breakaway timing so different. So you kind of, it's hard to go back and forth. Like, but mine could break away off of, but they probably need Josie's timing for a week to get locked in. But
that makes sense. So if you're not on the road, what kind of hobbies do you have at home?
I'm allowed to do other things than train horses.
You didn't know you could.
No, I've got to go on a couple really nice vacations in Mexico. That's been fun this last year.
I like a good vacation. Stetson?
I like to just ride horses and rope. My little sister, I've bought a few barrel horses over the years, so I really enjoy riding them. I'm not a horse trainer. I'll keep them legged up. That's about all I do. But that's what I would like to do when I'm done rodeoing, is just ride horses and sell them.
It's basically the same thing as all year rope. Got a down day, we go play golf with some friends, it's the same. Seems like the same stuff year round. Just you're practicing or going to rodeos.
Well, perfect, guys. I appreciate your time, and this has been a lot of fun, and we appreciate your insight, and we look forward to seeing how many more gold buckles you guys can accumulate.
Give it our best shot.
We'll find out.
Want to experience more of the NFR? Then visit NFRExperience.com, and we invite you to subscribe to NFR Extra on Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and wherever you're listening right now. If you like what you've heard on NFR Extra, we would love it if you gave us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe.